Hi, and welcome to Lesson 8, Compound Interest. Let's start by remembering simple interest. When we talk about simple interest, we are only, I'm going to erase. We only earn interest on the principal. So only on the principal do we earn interest. With compound interest, it's different. What's happening with compound interest is every time we get interest, we add that back to the principal and we earn interest on it. Let's look at what these look like as a graph. Okay, simple interest looks like a line. So I'm just going to do this. There we go. So this is simple interest. And what we're looking at here is the future value. And over here, we've got time. The more time we spend, the more money we get. Compound interest is a little bit different. Instead of being a straight line, it's going to end up looking like an exponential curve. I have to draw it in this way. There we go. Exponential versus linear. Exponential grows really, really fast over the long term, while simple interest, a linear curve, stays the same. That's the difference between it. So what we're going to do is look at a very simple example. So let's invest $1,000 at 25% simple. One note, you're going to see throughout these lectures and throughout this entire course, I often use really big interest rates. No bank out there is paying 25% simple, but big interest rates make the math and the arithmetic easier to see, and that's why we use it, not because there's an investment that actually gets 25% simple. So let's do that for a year. In that case, our future value is going to be principal times 1 plus RT. Our principal was $1,000. 1 plus 0.25 times 1. Once I dump that into a calculator, I get $1,250. Okay, let's reinvest. So we're going to take that money and we're going to put it in for another year. Now our future value is going to be 1,250 times 1.25. That's the same as up here, and that gives me $1,562.50. Okay, what about simple for 2 years? So if I just did this for 2 years, instead of taking that money out and then reinvesting, I would end up with $1,000. 1 plus 0.25 times 2 is $1,500. So in this case, I've got 62 extra dollars. We have an extra $62 because we took the money out and reinvested. And otherwise, we got interest on the interest. And our interest, to remember, after the first year was $250. So if I look at that, $250 times 0.25 and times 1, that ends up being $62.50. So what I've ended up with is exactly the interest on the interest. Scrolling down, that leads us to a formula. So after many years, when I'm compounding this way, every year I'm taking it out and I'm reinvesting. After 1 year, I have 1,000 times 1.25, 2 years, 3 years. Well, let's multiply it by 1.25 again. And I do that a bunch of times. So after n years, where n is a big number, or any number, future value equals 1,000, 1.25 to the power of n. I'm multiplying this together n times. That's an exponent. So now I have an exponential equation.